We're gonna do this entire makeup look, but we're gonna do it entirely in black and white with a few color comparisons so you guys can understand where placement of makeup goes a little bit better, depth and tone, and hopefully this just helps overall to try to give you guys an example and an idea, a better visual of placement for your makeup. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments what you think and if this helped you visualize things better. And because my hair is so dark right now, the only brow pen that I have that is that dark is the NYX one. So we're gonna pull her out and use her and hope she doesn't explode on me, because you guys know how I feel about that. So honestly just came to me, and I don't know how good it's gonna look because I'm obviously filming this in color because I wanted to film it in my camera so that the quality was better. I think the editing of this video is really what's gonna fully execute if this is gonna work or not. And I have no clue. I have no clue if this is gonna work out. But if you're seeing this, it's because I worked really hard on it, and hopefully it does help someone. I'm gonna go ahead and spot conceal this guy. Then I'm gonna carve out my brows with concealer. Now we're gonna go in with foundation. This does not have a pump, so she's a little bit annoying to apply. Buff her all over the skin. And I am being meticulous about making sure this gets into every crevice and covers every part of my face. Does it match my neck? Absolutely not, because I have self-tan down there. I'm gonna go in with concealer. This is my preferred method. I will go in with a brightening concealer after I apply my contour. I like to blend this under the eye. Hopefully you can see like the shade variance and the gradual blend, and I'm using just my sponge for this. To put this contour directly onto my brush, and then I'm going to work it into the brush on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to go in and find where my cheekbone is and just kind of start applying this a little under my cheekbone and a little bit on it, because the blend needs to be somewhat on it. You don't want it to be under it. You don't want the blend under it, that is for sure. Making sure to really bring this into my hairline. I feel like that really shows placement. You can see the before. I kind of have a natural shadow already over there, but here it's accentuated, which is what I'd like to do. I like to kind of do like one new thing a day when it comes to my makeup when I'm doing it and I'm not filming, and then see, do I feel different when I look in the mirror? Do I get any compliments that I might not have gotten before? Are people noticing different things about my makeup? Is this benefiting me? Down the sides of my nose. I like to put it under my lip as well. Whatever is left over and residual, I'll kind of just drag into the crease of my eye. Now for blush, I personally have a line right here from where I sleep on my pillow at night, and I like to make sure the blush doesn't go there because I notice that it accentuates that line. And so I'm gonna go kind of on the roundest, fattest, if you will, part of my cheek, the most meaty part of my cheek. And I am gonna kind of drag that upward just slightly on to my collar, or my cheekbone, which is right above where I contoured. And this is a nice light blush. Can you see the difference between each side of my face? And bringing that up lifts it. And then when I go in here, I'm just gonna put it on this circle, this meaty part of my face. I'm not gonna blend it upward yet because I want you to see the difference. How it looks maybe a little incomplete or not as lifted, but it's still really beautiful. So there's that, and there's that. See the difference? Both beautiful, just personal preference. I'm gonna take what's left on the brush and go right in between that concealer and bronzer that was on my forehead, and same down here, and same on the top of my eyelids, and same on my nose. Now I'm going to go in with a setting powder, and this is going to very lightly diffuse and lighten all of the other products on my face. It's doing a thin veil of color. Even the most translucent ones usually will deposit the thinnest veil of color. And keep that in mind when you're doing your creams so that you can see it has diluted. This side was even maybe a little bit stronger before powder, and now it's definitely a little weaker. Now, I'm going to use bronzer instead of contour. I totally forgot to go in with my brightening concealer. I don't know what's going on with me lately, but I keep forgetting to do that actually. Like, that's 2 days in a row now. But I can go in with a brightening powder. And I'm just adding this bronzer in a really light wash of color. Now here comes that brightening powder for that under eye. See how it just lifts just a little bit? And I even will go back in with my blush brush with nothing else on it. For eyeshadow, we are going to be keeping it very simple just because this tutorial is getting quite long. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, this right in the eyelid crease. Posted this week with drugstore and everything. You know I'm loving a little definition built up just on this outer lash line. Doing that there. So now I'm going to go in with the same color we put in the crease. So lightly blend it out. And whatever's residual, I might just add a little bit under my eye. You can use black or you can just stick with a dark brown. But I'm going to put this basically in my lashes. My lid is like peeling right here. I don't know what that's about. You notice the difference, how it's so subtle? Then I'm going to take a little shadow packer brush and the lightest shade in here, which is essentially a white, and I'm going to hit my inner corner, adding just a little bit of that to the top of my brow bone. And I go in here and line my lip line fully in its entirety. I'm actually going to add some mascara on now. We're taking, this is a nude colored lip, even though you can't tell, but it is closer to the color of my liner. So it's like a shade lighter than my liner. In black and white, it's a little bit lighter. I'll show you in color, and you can see they look really similar, and it could be hard for your eye to be trained to see that. And I think that's why this tutorial could be so helpful. It adds some lightness. And here's it in color. So I'm gonna use a gloss now. Here's it in color. Do not appreciate that shade. Here's the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in London. I want you guys to know your makeup can still look beautiful, gorgeous, stunning without having to wear lashes. We are gonna put on a little highlighter though. And I wonder if this will show up at all in black and white because it's just kind of reflective. And that is the finished final look in color and in black and white. What do you guys think? Do you think this tutorial helped you with placement, depth, tone? Let me know. I'm really curious to hear. If so, maybe I'll make a few more of these.